For anyone hoping companies would stop being woke, Larry Fink, head of Blackrock, has something to say. Blackrock is one of just a couple of places super huge mega corporations get investment money.
There has been a rebuke, if you will, to what some people call woke capitalism. What do you say to that?
As I wrote in my last letter, I believe stakeholder capitalism is not political, it is not woke, it is capitalism. You have to be focused on all your stakeholders, your clients.
But here's then the question.
But I want to get to one really important point on this. I mean, so yes, you're right. There's a lot of noise, and it really does fill the airwaves. And so, it fills up the time on the airwaves about the attacks from some states, to me specifically, and to the firm. In the first 3 quarters, we raised about $88 billion of net new money in the U.S. The majority, the unheard, unspoken majority, really like what we are doing, what we are saying. I'm not happy with the narrative because it fills the airwaves and we have to spend a lot of time. And let me be clear, I am spending a lot more time in Washington State. I'm trying to correct the narrative because in most cases, the narrative is not based on facts. It's based on somebody else's view of the facts. First of all, we're writing things that we think about are really being impactful for the long term. Unfortunately, the long term is not something that is topical today. And let's be clear, populism is not about long-termism. Populism is about the moment. And let me be clear, one of the greatest reasons why we have inflation is because of populism. We are doing things for the short term. And so many of things, I mean, I could go on the whole short-termism of populism and what we've done and created this inflation. We are not, because I do not want, and this is where I've had attacks from the far left. The last thing we want is the money to be moved into private hands.
Final question. I think your letters have influenced boards in ways that are maybe not even fully appreciated or understood, or maybe that it is understood, and maybe for some reason, for some people, too much. My question is whether you think it's going to shift, whether you feel the shift happening because of the pushback in all sorts of states, not just on the issues of energy, but voting rights, what happened in Florida with DeSantis and Disney. I mean, all of these sort of social issues, what happens?
I never wanted my letters to be influential. I wanted my letters to be topical. So let's start there. And every letter was meant to be talking about long-term issues because the narrative, the financial narrative every day is about the TikTok of the market, about meme stocks, about crypto, and none of that really matters. What matters is the long-term outcome, since most of our money is retirement. I write these letters with the idea that it's a 20, 30-year narrative and how to give people hope and confidence. I look at what BlackRock's job is to provide hope. Because if you don't have hope, why on earth would you invest for 20, 30 years outcome? Okay, if you have no hope, you're going to keep all your money in a bank account.